I'm Lin Macmillan and I worked at BHS for 10.5 years in the 1980s. I started a campaign called Sell the Yachts, Pay the Pensions to try and shame Philip Green into repaying some of the money that he took out of the company during his 15 years of ownership. The pension fund now has a deficit of 571 million, and that's going to impact on people like me who are already getting a BHS pension and people who have yet to draw their pension and will find that they will only get 90% of what they should have got. I think it's a moral and an ethical issue, and I think Philip Green needs to recognise that he has this moral obligation to help out those people who worked in BHS both during his years of ownership and prior to that.
And your campaign has attracted considerable media attention.
Yes, it certainly has. I've now done over 20 media interviews over the last 10 days or so, plus quite a lot of coverage in the newspapers as well. And every single comment that has been made to me has been very clear that Philip Green bears the responsibility for the debacle that BHS has got into.
So Sir Philip Green is appearing in front of MPs today. What do you hope the MPs will achieve from this session?
Well, what I understand is that Philip Green has already said that he's working with Deloitte to try and find a solution to the pension problem. I know that Frank Field, who's chairman of the Work and Pensions Select Committee, is very keen for that kind of solution to be achieved. He thinks that 600 million should be paid into the pension scheme. We'll have to wait and see what figures Philip Green comes up with, but he said that he wants to get those figures as soon as possible.
And do you feel quite proud of the impact you've had so far?
Yes, I suppose I do, but you know, I think you have to remember that a lot of the staff who are affected by this don't have a voice themselves. They've been told in no uncertain terms that they mustn't speak to the media. And if they do, it could threaten them with losing their jobs and therefore their redundancy payments. So somebody has to speak up for those people.